So there you go, we're at the end of series 1 of our Back in My Day podcast. Thanks to everyone that did listen to that first series. We hope you enjoyed it. It's been a platform that has enabled people to listen to the life stories of aged care residents and also to provide a bit of information to those that are navigating the aged care journey. But just looking back at series 1, Richard, our first guest, what an unbelievable story, something that I didn't expect on the day, but to hear how he was a twin, how his twin brother stayed with the family, but he found himself in an orphanage, and just that incredible journey that he went on.
I was given away at birth.
Yeah.
David, that was my twin brother, he wasn't.
Wow.
And I ended up in an orphanage in Liverpool. And as they did in those days in England, they deported me and about 100 other kids.
I did not know that was a thing. I didn't know that kids
There's
did.
been documentaries made about it.
Next up on the podcast was episode 2 with Sarah. Absolutely loved talking to Sarah. She was a real character, some really funny stories, just so easy to warm to. Loved hearing about her time in Africa, the fond memories with her father and everything else that we discussed.
I mean, in my room here, I've got one of the last dogs. We had 2 cats with the dog, and we had a guinea pig who thought he was a dog.
Episode 3 was with Carl. What a totally genuine, just really lovely guy. Had some really heartwarming stories. Talked about his wife who had sadly passed away, and also what was great to hear about how the staff at the aged care facility he's in were so helpful and really helped him to settle and made a massive impact.
In the dining room one day, I was pretty glum, but one of the caring staff, I think she noticed I was feeling glum. So she came over to me, dragged me to my feet, and we danced around the dining room.
Next up was episode 4 with Beatrice. She started life with the war happening and having to move from Bondi inland because of the dangers living on the coast. Also spoke about her time in childhood education and also how she loved just being a dedicated mother. If you could talk to your 16-year-old self, was there any advice you could give yourself back when you were 16?
Be brave.
You were, okay.
Be brave, because I was very quiet.
Yeah.
Well brought up young lady by English parents.
Yeah.
Be brave.
We had so much fun in episode 5 with Al Showman. What a funny guy he was. Yeah, it really kept me on my toes. Never really knew if he was being serious or joking. And yeah, just a really funny guy. Come from the UK and knew a lot of famous people. So some really good stories with Al.
My family, I was the youngest. My mother and father were both older than me. And well, it's true, they were. And,
Episode 6 with Bob, another just great guy. Talked about how he was bitten by a redback spider as a youngster, how he had a kangaroo almost jump into his truck, time in Parramatta, but just a really nice down-to-earth guy that was really fun to talk to.
Strive to be the best you can. Yeah? Treat people properly, and they will treat you properly, and you get through life.
I think that's some sound advice.
That's the way I was brought up.
Yeah. And last but not least, certainly not least, episode 7 was our first guest who was over 100 years old, Mabel, at 103 years old. And again, great stories, talking about how she walked over the Sydney Harbour Bridge on the first day it was built. My personal favourite, when I asked her the secret to living a long and happy life, she said, be normal.
Look at me, stay alive, stay alive. And once I hit 100, I was like, there you are, girls. You've got your hands.
You've done it, yeah. Yeah, really hope you enjoyed it. We've actually been nominated for a Community Impact Award, which has been great, just to be acknowledged for the work we've done on the podcast. And we can't wait for Series 2, which will be coming very soon.